It's a new day in the workroom, and finally, that bitchy boohoo Build-A-Bear is gone. Life could not be any more perfect.
Last week I was in the bottom, but luckily I ate that mother-tucking lip sync. I think these queens have found themselves a lip sync assassin on their hands. Oh my quackers, I finally cannot believe I won last week's challenge. I thought Snowy was going to pull through, but luckily in the end I got the win. And it was very well deserved.
As the queens all begin to discuss Petty Hour's bronze elimination, a staff member informs them all to get ready for the mini challenge. Oriana wins the mini challenge and will get an advantage for the maxi challenge. Oh wow, I am so happy that I won this week's mini challenge. It's about time I won something around here. But I already knew, thanks to my ring. But anyways, I cannot wait to start this week's maxi challenge and win it as well. The queens all congratulate Oriana for winning the mini challenge, then production tells them to all gather around. The queens all gather around, then Mrs. Piggy walks in. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour my queens. Congratulations Albert for winning last week's design challenge. But now, I think it's time for something new. For this week's maxi challenge, you will be advertising for a makeup brand in which you will all be put into 3 teams of 3. Oriana, since you won this week's mini challenge you will get to pick the teams. And now, good luck my queens, and don't fuck it up. As Mrs. Piggy leaves the workroom, the rest of the queens all gather around the table for Oriana to tell them which team they will be assigned to. So since I won this week's mini challenge, I get the special advantage of getting to pick the teams. Now, I can either make these teams based off of who I want to do well, or I can make it based off of me being a shady beach. Oriana tells the queens that she has the team set, and for Oriana's team, it will consist of her, Albert Quackmore, and Snowy.
Oh wow, I am happy that I was one of the first queens picked. I am honestly kind of excited to get to be on a team with Oriana and Albert. They both bring something unique to the table. Well, it seems I will be paired up with Snowy and Oriana this week. I think me and Snowy were chosen based of us both having a challenge win.
So yeah, I picked Albert and Snowy for my team since they both have a challenge win and I really want to do good in this week's challenge. We're already on episode 3 and I have only won this week's mini challenge. But Mrs. Piggy, I want some money, and also, I know that Georgette has a challenge win but based after the last 2 weeks. No shade to Georgette but I think I would be a bit safer if I were around Snowy and Albert. Oriana then says for Team 2, it will consist of Penelope Pussycat, Asterix, and Spirou.
Is this girl joking? Asterix freaking ruined my outfit last week and made me lip sync for my life.
Ooh, Oriana, you are such a shady bitch for putting Asterix and Spirou together after last week's events. And now, I am really going to have to keep them both in line if I want us to succeed.
Well, this sucks. Now I am going to have to put up with Spirou for the entire day. Thanks a lot, Oriana.
Oriana then says for the last team it will be Calla, Madeline, and Georgette.
Ugh. Why am I on the last team? Also, why did she put me up with these 2 losers, out of everyone here? Oh well, I guess I am just going to have to make it work.
Oh Jesus, I am going to have to work with Georgette. Now I have not been getting along super well with her, but hopefully we can just put it aside for this week, so that way we can do well.
So for the past 2 weeks, I have only been safe. But since we are not doing a design challenge, I am hoping that with me being teamed up with Madeline and Georgette, we could put our heads together to create something amazing. I really want to be critiqued by the judges.
The queens all scatter around the workroom with their teams and they all begin suggesting ideas for what they should do in their advertisement. Georgette tells Madeline and Calla that they should do a makeup brand based for dogs. Calla and Madeline say that as interesting as it sounds, they need to think bigger and make their advert funny. Georgette rolls her eyes, then asks that if they want it to be funny, then what ideas do they have? Madeline and Calla both think for a moment. Madeline then suggests they do a makeup brand based off the Holy Father, aka Jesus. Georgette then says what is it with Madeline and Jesus? Madeline then says that she knows she talks a lot about Jesus, but she thinks it could be really funny if they added him in. Georgette finally agrees to Madeline's plan, then Calla, Madeline and Georgette all begin to work on their material.
I think we have a fun idea. Now it all just comes down to how it is received by the judges.
As the three of them begin to work, Penelope asks Asterix and Spirou what do they think they should do. Asterix and Spirou both stare at each other with cold eyes. They then realize that Penelope is asking them what they should do, and both are unsure. Penelope then tells them that she knows they do not like each other, but for the three of them to succeed in the challenge, they need to think of what ideas could work for their makeup brand. Spirou then suggests that they do a makeup brand based off of height. He then looks over at Asterix with a shady glare. Asterix then gets mad at Spirou and says his idea is horrible and that they should do a makeup brand where they will make the makeup be based off of potions. Spirou then says that his idea is horrible and both look at the other in disgust. Penelope then rolls her eyes and tells them that they should do a makeup brand based off different colors changing into something new. Both Asterix and Spirou like the sound of Penelope's idea and they all begin to work on making their lines.
So it seems they really hate each other. But luckily I think I got them both back on track with my idea. Now we can focus on the challenge.
As the other two teams work on their makeup brands, Albert and Snowy overhear them and both look worried since they have not started anything yet. They then look at Oriana and ask her if she has any ideas since she is the team captain. Oriana laughs nervously and then looks down at her ring. She then sees that the three of them are working with food. Oriana then tells the two of them that they will make a makeup line based off of food. Albert then tells Oriana that the idea sounds kind of simple compared to the other team's ideas. Oriana then says that they do not have much time to think of anything else and she makes them begin to jot down lines. As the teams are all working, a producer tells the teams that it's time to begin making their way over to the challenge area. Penelope Pussycat slayed the challenge.
I think that the judges really liked me in the advert. They were laughing a lot, so I believe that is pretty good.
Princess Calla, Georgette, Snowy, and Madeline all did great in the challenge.
I feel like I did a very good job. I noticed that Oriana and Albert were slipping up with some of the lines. So I did my best to try and think of something funny. I really hope our team is not in the bottom because of this.
I am super surprised at how well my team did in the challenge. We all remembered our lines and the judges seemed to find our advert super interesting. I saw that another team did not do that great in the challenge, so I don't believe that I will need to sabotage anyone this week.
Wow, the judges really loved our advert. I am super glad we got to share the message of my Savior Jesus as well. All hail the Holy King. Spirou and Asterix had a good performance in the challenge.
I think our team did pretty well overall. I don't believe that we did good enough to be in the top, but I am hoping it was good enough to keep me safe from the bottom this week.
Albert Quackmore and Oriana had a bad performance.
Well, this is not looking too good for me. I just came from the top last week, and I had won the challenge. But this week, I kind of forgot a lot of the lines, and I was super confused as to what was going on. Oriana kept whispering to me to go with it, but I was super unsure what she was even trying to do.
Oh shit, I think I really fumbled the bag this week. I just blanked in the moment and forgot what to say, which was throwing Albert off track. Snowy seemed to be making the judges laugh, so I hope that our performance was good enough to keep us safe this week. Welcome to the main stage of Mrs. Piggy's Cartoon Drag Race France Season 1. And now, please meet your panel of judges. He's your co-host and my green machine. It's Kermit the Frog, and our extra special guest judge. He has enough money to make life a rich man's world. It's Scrooge McDuck. And now this week, we asked our queens to make an advert for a makeup brand. And on the runway, category is black. Now races, start your engines. And may the best drag queen win. Madeline and Oriana slayed the runway. I think the judges loved my runway tonight. I made sure there was no yellow, even though I know I have been hyping it up as my favorite color. I think I just need to show the judges that I am versatile with my runways, and based off their reactions, I think I am doing well. Oh girl, my runway is sickening. The judges are really eating it up. I told you all I would be the fashion diva of the season. But anyways, I am still nervous about how I did in the challenge, and I am hoping my runway is good enough to keep me from lip syncing. Penelope Pussycat, Georgette, Princess Calla and Albert Quackmore all had a great runway.
The judges seem to like my runway. Even Scrooge McDuck. It brings me so much joy of how proud he is of me. But I am praying that my runway will save me tonight. Otherwise I know for sure I will be lip syncing.
As always, my runway is as cunt as ever. I feel like I have a really good chance at winning today's challenge.
Snowy, Asterix, and Spirou all had a good runway.
My runway was kind of okay. I don't think it's the best one, but I know that it's not horrible. I am super unsure as to who will be in the bottom this week and who will be safe.
Alrighty queens, now that we have seen all of your runways, the judges and I have made some decisions. And also, this week, instead of being judged as one person, you will be judged as teams. And now, when I call your name, please take a step up. Penelope Pussycat, Asterix, Spirou, your team is safe. The three of you may head to the back of the stage.
Thank goodness. I was super stressed out by just having to deal with the two of them. But luckily we did good enough to be placed safe. Thank you, Mrs. Piggy.
Phew, I am safe. Even though I do not like Spirou, I am happy that him, Penelope and I all pulled through and did good in the challenge.
My heart was beating so fast. Thank you, Mrs. Piggy and the rest of the judges for keeping me and my team safe. Now I do not have to worry about lip syncing again.
This means Princess Calla, Albert Quackmore, Madeline, Snowy, Oriana, and Georgette, your teams represent the tops and the bottoms of the week. And now, starting us off, Princess Calla. Now Calla, we loved your runway. It was giving true high fashion, none of the less coming from a princess. Also we loved your performance in the advert. You and your team honestly all did a very good job. Keep it up. And now, Albert Quackmore. Now, Albert, we were not really enjoying your performance in your team's advert. You just seemed to be forgetting a lot of your lines. And you were just not very sure what to do. But on a high note, we love your runway. The way your suit and tie go together just makes this runway fantastic. Next up, Madeline. Now Madeline girl, you took me to church with your team's advert. Legit. When you and Calla and Georgette all began to sing the song, I Love You Jesus by Trisha Paytas, I was just laughing my hoo-ha off. And on the runway, girl, I am loving this outfit on you. It matches your persona very well. Good job. And next, Snowy. Now Snowy, we loved your performance in your advert. We saw that your teammates were struggling to remember words, but it looked like you just knew what to do in the moment. So great job. And on the runway, we thought this outfit was cute, but it was kind of simple comparing it to the other queens' outfits. But still nice work. Next, Oriana. Now Oriana, this week you mothered the runway with your black eleganza dress. But your performance in the challenge, well girl, you just really flopped. And the more you were speaking, the harder it was to watch your team's advert. But now, moving on to our last queen of the night, Georgette. Georgette, sweetie, every week you keep eating this stage up with your runways. Like girl, you have some true talent. And we loved your performance in the challenge. You have shown us that you can still be a funny queen and still serve an amazing look. And now, queens, I have made my decision. Madeline, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge. Oh Jesus, did Mrs. Piggy really just call my name? I think I could faint. Thank you so much, Mrs. Piggy. I really tried my best in today's challenge and my performance and runway 8. Thank you so much.
Ugh, I really thought I would win today's challenge. I guess I will let this one slide. My team did do really well. But next week I will for sure be getting another win. Trust.
Now, Georgette and Calla, good job this week. The three of you are safe and may step to the back of the stage. Now, Oriana, Snowy, Albert Quackmore. I am sorry Queens, but your team had the weakest performance in the challenge. And now, Oriana. Girl, we loved your runway. But your performance kind of costed you safety. I am sorry my dear, but you are up for elimination. Damn it, I am so sad with myself. I thought my ring was showing me the correct path. But I guess I stressed out too much. Now, Snowy, this week you performed great when your team did not, but on the runway, we were just expecting a bit more. Now Albert Quackmore, this week you forgot your lines. But your runway was a slay diva. Snowy, you are safe. You may step to the back of the stage.
Oh my, thank you Mrs. Piggy. I will make sure to not be in this position again, no matter who I am teamed up with.
This means, Oriana, Albert Quackmore, I am sorry my dears, but you are up for elimination.
Dang it, I did not expect to be in the bottom this early. I am super nervous to have to lip sync in front of Scrooge McDuck. I feel like I am a failure right now.
Oh wow, I am going to have to lip sync against Albert. Now Albert has been done well these past 2 weeks, he even just got a win last week. But I cannot worry about that right now. I need to focus all my lowly rock energy on this lip sync. Mrs. Piggy, start the music. 2 queens stand before me. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. The lip sync song is XS by Rina Sawayana. Now good luck, and don't fuck it up. Oriana had a good lip sync. Albert Quackmore flopped lip sync. Ladies, I have made my decision. Oriana, Shantae, you stay. Albert Quackmore, we loved hearing your story. And we see you quacking the systems. But for now, sashay away.
Thank you for having me be here. I apologize if I disappointed anyone. I love you all. Goodbye.
This is Untucked. After Albert Quackmore's elimination, the queens all congratulate Madeline for winning the challenge and Oriana for winning the lip sync. They both thank them. Oriana says that once she was in the bottom with Albert, she thought she would be sent home since Albert had a win. Penelope then says that this lip sync proves that no matter who is in the bottom, if you do not know the words or do not impress Mrs. Piggy and the judges, then you can still be sent home. Georgette then says that she is honestly okay with Albert going home since he had a win. Kala then says that she will miss Albert and the queens agree. Georgette then laughs and tells Kala to not worry since she will be able to see him soon. Kala then adds to what Georgette is referring to, then Georgette says that she sees Kala going home next week. Taken aback, Kala then says to Georgette to not assume people's elimination when she does not even know what they are capable of. Georgette rolls her eyes, and says that she was joking. Kala then says that she better be, after the fact that their team was in the top this week. Oriana then says to Kala that she is happy for Kala, now that she finally has been seen by the judges. Kala then thanks Oriana and both share a hug. Asterix then asks the queens what do they think the next challenge could be. Spirou then says that he hopes it is a challenge where Asterix gets eliminated in. Asterix, taken aback, snaps at Spirou for his behavior. Spirou snaps back and says this is what he gets after ripping up his outfit last week. Asterix then tells Spirou to get over it and move on. Snowy then tells the two of them to calm down, and be happy that they were both safe. Georgette then adds in that they both did mediocre the entire episode and then says to Snowy that he needs to learn how to just say it like it is and not be so nice all the time. Snowy then says to Georgette that he would rather be nice to people than treat others the way Georgette is treating the queens. Georgette then says whatever and tells the queens that she plans on winning the next challenge. The rest of the queens all laugh and ask Georgette to tell another joke. Hi there, if you are wanting to watch more of Mrs. Piggy's Cartoon Drag Race France, then please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you are wanting to watch more content of the Cartoon Drag Race universe, then please join the Discord server, where you will get to see all the different franchises. I will leave the link in the comments below. Now thanks for watching, and remember, if you cannot love yourself, then how can you love someone else? Can I get an amen up in here?